Well, I'm getting a curious bit of analysis from the chat. I believe it's from, I'm not sure who they are. Average Jonas, something like that. He says, my name is Hypok, and I'm a caster. I hope Alliance loses 13-0 so I can go to bed faster. Do you agree with that sentiment? We'll have to come back to that. Think on it for a second. So we have a garage pop coming out already. Don't quite have audio on this for myself. Did I mute it? I've probably muted it, but it does seem as though they've taken a lot of space. As already Alliance have just sliced through Garage, they're going to at least have a fair fight towards the site, and it's a good trade out effectively so far for Alliance. And it's down to Bonkar to do something. He does take one with him, but the site's all there. Spike can be recovered, and this should be a pretty good plant coming in for them.
One enemy remaining. Sorry, little mouse. Mouse.
Pace on these boys. So far, Alliance looking like they're having an exceptionally good start. 2 for free to begin with. Yassine and Leo go down, and I do want to keep my eyes on towards Leo. I think he's one of the prospects that's really caught my attention. But look at Hype. Straight through again. As I choke. It's all you.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Okay, I'm back. I was actually dying. Apologies. But luckily, not too much has happened in this round. It's kind of been pretty much as expected. Those 2 initial kills kind of being the opening gateway to a very clean site take towards C. Couple that with Hype taking so much space and creating so many opportunities, it would be a fool's choice to go anywhere but. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm once again being joined by Lothar. Hypox ditched me.
Yeah, he had to go, I don't know, somewhere. But again, upstairs, we're going to try to help out a little bit with the coloring, you know, of the match. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. So far, pretty good start for Alliance. Any other takeaways, really? I mean, it's super early to be kind of reading too much into this, so...
Yeah, I mean, only 2 rounds, right? And the pistol round was blazing fast. I didn't expect it, to be honest, that we'll be seeing such a fast C execute from Alliance, because so far in the history of matches that I have seen before, they were actually favoring A side on the pistol rounds with just a quick executes. Sorry, not quick execute, but like mid-game, mid-round executes with the bridge flashes and just taking slowly control of A short and A long. But that's not something we've seen this game, and that's actually pretty cool because that shows that they have a bigger playbook than what we just typically see when they choose a map, right? Now, in this round, we see a C split, maybe not exactly, only 1 player on long, but actually loses his life. Lucker already gone. That's a big loss for Alliance. No more flashes going onto the side. Now 4 people just try to cram into those double doors and go into the C side. And now Guild, how did they do? Will they fight for that C control or not just play retake?
Draken's trying to find a bit of a deeper angle to play with potentially. You can see Safe now very aware that Alliance have been trying to sneak through towards Garage, but the adjustment mid-round looks like it's going to be either a B lane, which it's not, or heading over towards A, but we still have Bonkar posted up here, but he's not been able to be doing too much damage just yet. Going to fall away from the angle after receiving the information, spotting that cross being made. And already this A hit's going to be coming on through. Alliance aren't going to be slowing down, but Leo's made his way across as well. Guild have players here. This is not going to be an easy site take. They do have time to play with, and that's going to help. Bonkar with an untradeable fight. Now Leo does make up for it, and Yassine makes his way towards the site, so Alliance eventually losing 2. Spike yet to go down. Of course, that's on towards Sewer. Locked towards Short and Safe on the cleanup. Lovely adjustment coming out from Guild.
No more charges left.
I loved what I have seen this round. You know, they stood their ground. They knew they have every advantage, right? If they will not allow Alliance to plant on that A side while they have two players. There was no reason to go back. There was no reason to play a retake, go like try to change your positioning, maybe go with one of the players from side to heaven. You just need to stand your ground, and you know that you have better equipment. So very good decision from Guild. I loved the confidence, but you cannot downplay the importance of that first blood, the opening kill on Lucker. He is crucial for Alliance success on executes, and not having him that round probably was the main reason why they lost it.
We do go back in, however. A 2-1 Alliance still leading this way. Luck is still alive, so hope is remaining. See what the plan is.
More of a default setup right now for Alliance. They're waiting out, but they take a fight. XMS with the duel. 3 people on C, but there was no trade follow-up. That's a little bit surprising. I'm not sure what to take out of this, because that was just like a maybe straight disrespectful, approach coming on from the Guild on that duel and long, because they won it last time, but when Lucker had inferior equipment. Kind of interesting to see, but now 4 players creeping out on A long, while Sova Firo trying to lurk on C, but he is getting caught by Yasin. Execute trying to be set up by Hype.
Oh, that's sick.
On short. That is awesome.
That's so sick.
That is awesome to see.
Leo's now in so much trouble. He's in no man's land, and HP's now dwindled. Luckily, Leo is pretty darn good, but Kata's better. Up and over they go. Incredible work. I loved what that did, just completely making short uncomfortable, unable to be held, I guess, cleanly. Now Safe's locked aside. It is still the 2v2, but XMS makes his appearance and Kata on the trade. Great round for Alliance, and this is really bringing out some of what I hope we see from XMS. I remember him in Counter-Strike many, many years ago on that MV roster. His kind of opening trade ability, he was a bit of an entry fragger in my mind, if I'm remembering correctly, and he was good at it. So if he can rekindle some of that, have that confidence in those fights to take them, it can work incredibly well. Already doing quite nicely in this series, of course, but I can't get past that little molly that got popped up and over towards short on A.
Yeah, that's something I really love seeing from many teams who play either Killjoy or Viper, because you can use, especially on Viper, Snakebite is just so cheap. You don't have to use it post plant. You can use it for executes to clear out corners, something that we're probably going to see also with Astra when she becomes available. But now, let's just focus on that C, because this is going fast, right? 5 people on C long. They will have to go through that smoke and try to get an execute. Pansy, hold my hand.
This is about to get pretty sketchy. Already Bonkar's going to pop the ultimate. Got the trade out towards the side. Draken finds Lucker, but it's Bonkar to finally connect that ultimate on the final go of things. But you can see this. They're putting everything into it, but Alliance out of nowhere making this still count. Fearoth finding success with that Sheriff, but you can see Bonkar now in a 1v2 trying to work his way around. The timing could be just right on this. He gets a 1v1. How has he gone away with that? Oh, the shoulder peek on the swing. Bonkar outdoing Alliance. I did not see it.
This is one of the things that I was like one of my main complaints about Bonkar, how he's playing in Guild, is the lack of confidence. Here, he was actually proving that he has a crucial spot in this lineup. With the inferior gun, right? Having a Spectre going out on that second kill with such confidence and such a wide peak. He heard the shot and then just wide peeked and got XMS by surprise. Really big confidence play playing from coming from Bonkar, and I feel like that might give him wings. And because of that, maybe he will have a really great game. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that's a win condition we didn't even consider, because normally Bonkar is kind of middle of the road. He's not your high fragger. He's serviceable for sure, but he's not the man you'd be looking at this squad. You've got the likes of Yasin in there. You've got Leo out there who've been really, really kind of posting numbers. But if Bonkar has a great series, that's a whole new element added to Guild potentially that could be a problem for Alliance. We're not there yet. It is still relatively early in this. It looks like we have got a little bit of a pause coming out. Back underway very quickly anyway, but the money's in a bad spot here for Alliance. I want to see what they decide to buy. It doesn't look too heavily invested. A couple of ghosts, maybe a frenzy or two, and just kind of working with what they've got.
Well, this looks like a mid push. Nothing really to touch upon when it comes to tactics. 5 people gathering in mid, trying to breach B. Something that we've seen on C before, and it was semi-successful. There's the flash, the initiator, the recon arrow clearing A-link. Oh, attack through the smoke, if I'm not mistaken.
That is... I'm not sure if it actually landed. If it did, that's going to be huge information. They can't do much with it, though. Spike planted. Let's keep eyes on those post plants. That Omen could be essential. Working his way around from Garage if the timing's right. They still don't have the fight yet. Now they do. Smoke clears on the connector towards A. Guild start mopping up, but keep in mind, they do have the better weaponry, of course, on Guild to take these fights. Maybe these deeper post plants, but now with that information being relayed, all of that surprise element is pretty much gone. Fearoth being pressured. Hype does have his ultimate, but I don't think it's the time to invest it. An Alliance down to just XMS, who'd have to pull off something insane, which he doesn't get the chance to do.
Yeah, when you think about Haven on attack, B side is one of the easiest to retake. So many angles that you can just come out of and clear the attackers that are just trying to hold the spike in its place. You have both A and C link, right? You have the mid. You can go through the window. You can go through the double doors. You can go through the entrance in front of double doors. There's so much stuff you have to cover, especially on ranked, right? I'm not even talking here about like an entire competitive tournament setup where everyone knows their place, but on ranked it's almost impossible to cover B. And you can imagine when you play against a proficient team in retakes, it's gonna be even harder because they will breach all those angles at the same time. A simple crossfire will not do it, especially with the amount of utility typically a team has for a retake. The next round, oh no!
That's the most
Draken with the
It's
miss.
the most Draken thing that you get to see. He hits the nutty flicks, the like wild shots. A simple player crossing. No, not for him. But don't worry, he'll make up for it. I promise you. Keep your eyes on him. However, for now, we've got to be keeping our eyes mostly on Alliance. They've been making great waves, and that pick towards Garage is huge. A longer rotation, and look how much side control they've now garnered. Both the players who are playing on the connectors towards C and A have been taken away. So Spike Plant's pretty safe, and this retake's going to take some time and some work.
Well, 3 versus 3 setup. 2 players only on side with no crossfire being basically set up. Sorry, 3 players on B side with no crossfire still set up. You can see everyone kind of aiming at a different one. I don't think Guild would even go for a retake. They take their time, right? If they don't get an initial kill, I feel like they're just gonna save this round. It's gonna be such a tough round. Especially, look at Lucker. If there's any info on Guild that Lucker didn't use any single of his flash, and he obviously still has the ultimate, how do you want to retake that? The only upside of would be, oh, okay, we're gonna get the Rolling Thunder out of him so he doesn't use it on execute next round. But it's probably not worth it. Especially since, well, okay, that's a little bit worth, but not much. But hey, I heard I'm being tapped in the back. Attack team here coming in. Hypo going back.
Okay, Hypok, are you
Hi
with
guys.
us? Oh, he's back.
My name is Hypok, and I'm a caster. If I fake sound issues, I can go to bed faster.
I bet no one heard that anyway, but it's it's a good one. Hopefully it was resolved. Lothar, once again, appreciate my stand-in
Thank you,
podcaster.
the MVP, the MVP.
Truly. As said, hopefully all's well. Hypok, get it together, mate. Blimmin' heck.
No.
Alright, Draken might be presented a little bit of a trickier opportunity here. Again, that's when he seems to excel the most, when it's the unorthodox, the weird, and the wonderful. Is this the hype lineup that did cover off short? That's quite interesting, because again, this could make it trickier for Draken now if that does come through. He's got to invest a lot to get away from that, because look at Alliance pouncing. The pace is unfathomable at this point. Kata just going to send that through towards that CT side, secure it for now, and make that plant so much simpler.
Well, that's it. Comes through. Actually, the response with the Rolling Thunder here, just to deny that plant. Actually going to swing out into hell. Kata picks up 2 though. Bonkai, you've seen 4. Hype will find a kill into Leo with the Nano Swarm. Bacon finds 1 in response, but he'll now find themselves in a 2v3, and
They're off.
Lions immediately hit the rotate here. They're going to go towards C site.
They've got the numbers advantage if they wanted. I saw that intention from Lucker there. If he'd lent towards Garage, he might have been able to catch the rotations, which would have been a very valuable position. Obviously, we know that he would have been in perfect spot for that, but he doesn't know the timing. They could have already moved and lent across. But for now, they will get the spike now planted.
Spike planted.
No worries with that. And the post plant, they'll have great time to set up for this. Guild are way off the mark now.
Yeah, and you can see already Fearoth posted all the way at the bottom along. He's ready with that Hunter's Fury. Safe, I guess, anticipating this. The alarm bot's there to protect him slightly. Fearoth is going to get the information before Safe can swing through fully onto his position. See, love this heads up. There you go. The alarm bot comes through. Gives it up. Fearoth wise to it as well. Nice setup here from Alliance using this utility just to secure Fearoth's position, making that Hunter's Fury even more valuable. Spike will tick away, and Guild the save 2. Oh, Draken just pulls away actually at the wrong time. He will still find it, but save 2 weapons nonetheless.
Okay.
No more charges left.
Good adjustment from Alliance. And sometimes it is hard to call those, okay, let's just back away and just hit the C site. You know, sometimes it is that at least we know what's in front of us towards A, and you've just got to hope there's not someone just lingering around at C, that they have the right information, they don't hit a quick rotate as well, because it gets trickier to obviously play into the site. But good adjustments from Alliance, quick thinking on their feet there, really garnering them a perfect opportunity to move forward. We do see Draken still with that op, and again, that could bode pretty well for now. It does again look like that C lean, though, coming out from the attacking side.
It looks like they might... Oh, I thought you've seen potentially going to satchel down there, but this time around the flash and the fault line, just to... There's some forms of conditioning here down at the bottom of C long, just to keep Alliance honest.
You've seen. Careful now. What have utility shown? Smoke towards the top side C lane. And they're just going to burst through this, it looks like. Yeah, flash straight through. You can see Yassine actually unfazed. Now he gets flashed a little, but he comes out of it at the right time. And the split from XMS is the part that's the most valuable in this. Getting away with so much. Safe catches one on the cross, though, so still damage being done. Even though they're not fully fighting back in yet, they've given up the side control. XMS taking so much space to facilitate it. They managed to cross through Garage. Spike now to go down. And you can see the patience coming through until that plant was touched. And again, time to pop the ult, see if they can deny this.
Not landing any tags with that, though, so all three members of Alliance are full HP, and it looks like they're actually poised for some post-plant aggression here. Gonna swing through. XMS finds Leo. Careful, though. Not sure why there wasn't a repeat there from Bonka. I could have potentially traded one of those out, but they make it a 3v3 nonetheless.
There was a little look on this retake. XMS's positioning is dirty. Timing's going to be a factor. He's going to be forced to fight. He actually gets away with it. That's massive work from XMS. Worth his weight in gold. He'll take that death. I think he was out of bullets in the mag regardless. But now these two in a bit of a spot of bother. It's Lucker on the side that could have been in danger, but the double face towards CT, probably the best way to do it. And you know that Draken is a little hesitant to even try and make the play now, considering he's got that expensive op. And the time has just dwindled away from him.
Yeah, and Draken going to try and hold on to long here. Gets one exit. Fearoth will fall. Lucker did escape through Garage, though. It looks like he might try and challenge to take the operator out of Draken's hands, but will once again save this one through, and Alliance go 6-3 up here on Haven. Taking a quick glance over, the Draken saving that one through, but elsewhere the economy kind of struggling. You see Safe going to throw a bucky to this. Yassine considering the Vandal. Yassine does have the showstopper, so, you know, potentially they could play around that if they do want to drop out, but like a ghost, a couple of specters maybe. Scrappy nonetheless, but again, with that operator on, it's such a weight on the economy, you kind of want to convert this one.
Yeah, they do need to, otherwise... Oh, look at the pace on this. Kata's going straight for the fight towards A-Long. There's a lot of players down here, and they are going to be tucked in the corner. Leo's already gone. That's a problem. Now, does this check on it? You're seeing there is a player here at the back of that. Oh my god, XMS. Oh my god, I can't believe this. He's got one. He might be able to get a second as well. Killjoy's getting involved, and they still haven't cleared him. Oh, finally they get him down, but Yassine, they've lost so much of that time imperative take just to XMS being there.
And now, I mean, the two worst weapons to try and retake with is a Bucky and an operator in the hands of Safe and Draken. 4 players remain for Alliance here, and already set up. 2 on site, 1 sewers, 1 long. Spam coming through to try and force Draken off this angle. Be really difficult here. Kata, the shutdown Safe, and it's this round all but concluded. Again, going to try and save this operator, but Lucker this time around going to shut him down. They take it off the board finally.
Which it won't feel nice for Guild, but I do feel at least then you can kind of play a more standardized round, a standard economy around it. Otherwise, you do get kind of put in the hole every time you have what you want to force around it, right? Every time you save that, you want to try and get some rifles out with it or whatever you can, because you've got a chance. There's always a chance, but Draken being the Omen, it does get a little trickier to be the instigator. I feel like if you've got a Jet on the op, you've got more of a chance to be super fluid on where you're going to be taking those aggressive fights potentially. Regardless, we are now into the 7-3 Alliance putting up a really good performance, I've got to say. I've liked what they've been doing, And Guild aren't a pushover by any means. This has been a really good approach and a fast play down towards Garage. Very bursty. Kind of wants to send that as soon as he gets the opportunity to. A sound cue would do, and that's more than enough.
Oh, no.
Yassine gives it away for free, and Hype just on the swing finds Leo. Leo's been shut down in this game a great deal. He's been struggling to find form. The flash is good, but wait, that's a spike now coming through. That's a problem. There's a defendable line in this, and the spike being committed over the line
No way.
is the death of them. Great work on the site, but I cannot believe they allowed that to happen.
So it's so unfortunate. Yassine actually catches the breach flash, and that makes him very visible inside that paranoia to die to that showstopper. But Draken and Safe just flipping that round on his head there.
I mean, look at
I thought after I thought on that second flash behind default though, they were easily going to be able to clean that, but those angles complementing each other perfectly. What a turnaround.
A little bit of a fumble in my eyes. I don't mind anyone else doing it. If you have the spike, though, and you cross over to the uncharted territory where players probably are, you're leaving in a problem where you have to keep committing now. You can't even try and play the spike. You're stuck in that situation. Again, though, Alliance are working with new pieces to the puzzle. They've got new players working out the communication, their identity, everything. But now a mid-take does start to build. XMS just, again, spike for free. Thank you very much. There is still a threat here, though, as the trade did come out towards Safe, so that's opened up the avenue from C as a potential rotation point.
Spike stuck on site now, really. It swings back towards Alliance, have to make the play here, clear out some of this space through C-Link. You can see Lucka trying to explore that through window, but they could sit back. They could just wait for Alliance to get desperate here. 50 seconds still left, so lots of time to work with, but nobody really pushing together right now. It's going to be a few 1v1s coming through. Yassine going to win the first, Kader will fall. This leaves Lucka and Hype now.
I'm still alive, but to what use? These flashes are just eating them.
30 seconds
You
left.
still have that player in the deeper angle as well. Draken tries to get a little curious, but he's already been found by the turret, so he's going to lose a little bit of that potency. But they know roughly where people are, but it's Yassine who did have the angle that was being baited in on. Very well played, and Guild maintained composure.
Switching
I like
sides.
that. Again, that we always talk about B site here on Haven being one of those things, you throw a couple of early rounds at it, maybe an eco round, maybe a scrappy purchase round, but right there, Yassine playing on top of the box. It's usually very unexpected, right? And right there, you see XMS just instantly, they go for a flash onto site. XMS tries to TP onto default and get that plant, then retreat, right? They're going to prioritize mid presence and holding onto that mid. Play lots of utility in the post plant, but again, just one man, Yassine able to shut that down. Closing out the half 7-5. The Guild pretty strong outside A lobby right now and 2 over towards C long, so expecting to make a play for this orb. But C site is open right now, Lauren.
Interesting approach, this mid stack, whether it be a read or just the intonation of aggression being shown, but a big rotation towards A off the back of a little bit of a sound cue and a touch of presence being built up. Now, you've got the late play coming out from the Omen towards C to just kind of maybe a little bit of a glimpse in more than anything, and of course that being XMS for the Alliance side. I'm just watching Guild as to what they're up to here, maybe looking for any aggressive plays, trying to catch anyone getting a little bit overzealous in the peaks.
Very, very slow look. I guess actually this is on the back of not really much information garnered in the early round. Bonkar now going to drone through Garage. A little sound cue over to XMS. He's got to back away and try not to reveal his position, but Yassine's still in sewers here, and actually it's going to be a double swing from Alliance. Try and flush him out of there.
This is just a read that Alliance go for fact-finding missions. It's helped that Safe just walked on the site and battered too, but that play really looked like they wanted to punish rotations and fact-finding, which it worked perfectly.
It really, and at that point it becomes a stalemate, and I guess Alliance getting a little antsy on defense there. And I mean, the right decision, right? I mean, if they find the kill onto Yassine cleanly there, they can maybe recover off of that. We don't approve of this behavior. Do not approve of this behavior. No,
we do not allow teabagging here. It is, it's filth, And it
We
upsets me.
pixelate that to the broadcast. Actually.
Please, if you don't mind. Just a filter on or something. I feel sickened. But we do have the cleanest of ecos, so no worries.
And another heavy stack, actually, from Alliance. Look at this.
You might as well, mightn't you?
This is another scenario out of, we talk about B site. Right here, they're expecting just the fast hit come through, try and convert the SMGs, and Alliance don't want to allow that. Big gap on A site, though, and that's going to be very difficult to retake if they give up this control. You can see them now creeping as 4 through A link.
Cover going out.
And actually, XMS showing himself elsewhere on the map might actually make Guild think there's a stack elsewhere.
Yeah, the thing is that Safe's probably going to farm a good few here. He does.
One enemy remaining.
Again, no armor, no upgrades. You're just trying to find cheeky kills whenever you can. XMS now left in a 1v4. A fair crack of damage done. 46 HP, 50 HP. He could do some work to this. Trying to utilize those smokes well. Gets a 1v1, but you're seen. Happy to handle him. And now we've got the scoreline looking pretty robust, actually. Guild bounding back in the second half, equalizing pretty well. And the money will be... I mean, they've got the bonus round this time, but their money's going to be building. So this should be the answer back from Alliance. This is their best opportunity to date.
Yeah, and 4 survive, and obviously, with the damage done, like you said, they're going to have to reinvest in those armors, so... Look at it, actually, yeah, 2,400, the lowest on safe. Bonkar going to carry a light armor and a ghost into this one.
Placing swamp grenade.
See, actually, if they try a quick hit here to try and convert these weapons or not. See, actually, yeah. Lots of movement towards Garage and C long here from Guild, and there's only one man on C site. Nobody in Garage for Alliance. It's going to be wide open for them.
Yeah, they can walk onto this. Don't even need the utility to do so. Lucker's just going to spam away, finds little connection for it. And Spike to be planted. This is going to be a full 5v5 post-plant. And, yeah, no contest at all. Great read from Guild in this one. Leo going to be trying to catch middle, but he doesn't. He gets the info for it, but Hype still finds the kill. So that opens up the next layer of this. Kata's going to be in a great position. He might have to stick this one out. Yeah, avoiding most of those paint shells there is probably the right choice. And Alliance putting all those big boy rifles to work.
Draken, nothing but a bulldog in hand. Aftershock going to clear him out. He does find the first, but Hype will swing on. Just a numbers advantage. Too much for him to deal with there. Alliance will prevent Guild from building any more momentum with the economy. So I guess 1 round in hand, actually. Think about it, down to 2,400. We'll take a quick look at it now. They're going to be... Actually, no, it's not. It's worse off than I thought, to be honest.
Does that play back around? Hype doing really well there, actually. The double kind of work towards Garage and even the consideration to turn around and ensure safety from the likes of Bonkar, which he did quite swiftly. And the closeout towards the final. So Hype having a great round, just kind of keeping safety in Alliance's mind, 8-7. That was the bonus round for Guild, though. So, as expected, but, pretty clean fashion considering the site was open. Very unorthodox positioning coming in. Bonkar has just received a boatload of damage, and I don't know where from.
They're down to 14 HP within the first 10 seconds of the round already. Fearoth. And then a few warning shots through the dark cover into A lobby. Just lucky. Yeah, Bonkar was actually one of the ones up on the flower bed there. He could have got caught back on that cross. Again, a different defensive look altogether from Alliance. Double C site stack, 1 outside Garage. The alarm bot covering B site entry. See, Hype actually playing in Link to keep the turret active on A site also. Going to prioritize this C hold. Drone gets dealt with, but the smokes come through. I think Guild might try sneak their way in here. Yassine gets pretty deep already. Ada was holding that, but Yassine comes out on top here. I don't think they're going to anticipate another 2 on site, though. Lucka down very low HP, so it kind of falls onto XMS to do the damage here.
Just trying to see where they're taking this, because look what that spike is. But look also at the time, they've got 20 seconds to land this. If anything goes astray, they're in trouble, but they do have a clear site take for now. That's not going to help matters. They've lost their mid lurk. Safe's now gone down, so they've got to know there was something afoot. If this gets denied, That could have been a problem. It's not going to, but this will clear outside or force the fight, one of the two. Alliance looking for their way back in. You're seeing getting aggressive, but it's XMS on the cleanup duty. That's two for him. Fearoth with another. And Guild look lost in that.
They did Alliance. I mean, that's set up. I didn't even spot the lockdown, to be honest with you, but that was the reason for such a deep hold on A. Like I said, alarm bot covering B, the turret on site, which allows them to completely lean elsewhere on the map. Guild not liking what they saw, I guess, on that C split. Maybe were shown a little too much, but I mean, it plays right into Alliance's hand. The lockdown put down, like you said, when the clock's running down in that scenario, the lockdown ultimate just adds so much pressure in that scenario, and they opt to try and retake A link very aggressively, but it falls apart for them at the seams.
I've got to say, sadly, it does seem as though sarcasm has been lost on the way to Twitch chat there. They believed we were serious about the teabagging scenario, and once again, I'd like to double down and say we will be reporting that spray in spawn. So,
and I will be taking names from chat.
we will be. We'll be finding the accounts connected. Oh, God bless them. Into this, though, the reason that we can take a second to talk a load of nonsense is because we are seeing a lighter purchase. Draken is the kind of only person who has the upgraded rifle in this one, so at least he can do a bit more damage. It looks like he wanted to lead the way towards B for a second there, but heals away now. No early opportunities, a couple of shots here and there, a bit of peacocking more than anything through the smokes, but as it stands, another slow round coming in for the attack inside.
You're going to try and reset back over towards A lobby. A similar look, to be honest with you, Kada up in heaven, but very deep hold on A, and actually he's creeping away. This might leave it open once again for Guild to slip in, but now they're not seeing any pressure over towards Garage or C. I'm anticipating Alliance are going to have a beat on this. Yeah, you're going to see as soon as these warning shots go towards heaven, Alliance going to hit the rotate. This time around,
Good work.
yeah, Hunter's Fury and Showstopper to try and stop this. And look at the clock. Yeah, this is running down perfectly for them.
10 seconds left.
9 seconds and going for the plant now. If there's anything else to disrupt it, doesn't look like it. Spike is planted into the post-plant 4v4. Yassine still with that ult, wants to find a way to use this. This could be the way to go for it. Up and over, sends it! XMS playing catch in all the wrong ways. And now the 4v3 is Alliance feeling probably a little bitter about that one. Still 2 players on the side. Keep in mind, these are lesser weapons as well with Guild. They are working with less, but Draken still there with that rifle locked and loaded, and you're seeing looking just as comfortable.
Wow.
Great play from Guild that round.
Really, really nice. And again, just as soon as that Showstopper gets popped, Alliance have to respect it. They have to back off. They can't force their way into that choke point coming out of spawn. Actually, you're seeing Ops to Satchel up on top of it. This is one of the most tilting ways to die to a Showstopper there. XMS is so deep inside heaven. But what a cleanup. Draken, like you said, the only one that carried the weapon into that. He's playing deep on long, playing distance there to make the most of that. Leaves the rest of Guild to play very close contact elsewhere.
Okay, it does look like we have a bit of a technical, if I'm not mistaken, coming through, so it does mean you get to hang out with us for a little bit longer. Hopefully not as long as the NA lobby's trying to start their games, but, you know, a pause nonetheless. But let's kind of take stock here, because I think we are seeing a close game between these two. I think it's actually been a pretty good showing from both sides within, you know, their certain areas. And again, with the caveat of Alliance being a work in progress, just adding XMS recently, all of these kind of factors. And then for Guild, a team on the rise who've been impressing us, but we still have to keep seeing them proving this. So again, it's quite hard to condense who's really leading in this scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about there being a little bit of an allowance period for XMS stepping into this. Again, you've still got to consider the lifespan of Alliance as a whole. You know, that team kind of exploded into the scene, right? As soon as that roster formed, they had a fantastic run through. But now with a new player to throw in the mix there, I'm already liking what I see, I'll be honest. There's obviously lots of structure behind this team, and that goes without saying. And it shows in game. But I come back to what I said before the series started, right? It depends well, actually, chat didn't hear me, but I'll double down now. You know, it depends what Guild we see on the day, right? They've been so hot and cold over the last 3 or 4 months, and we've seen such high highs but very low lows as well, Lauren.
9 to 8, we are back underway. Thank you for your patience. And we'll be having a little look as to what we get treated to this round. Guild, quite the unorthodox style, and we are seeing an interesting approach, kind of slower, patient pieces. Some very late in the day hits. I mean, they've been planting with sub 10 seconds on the board. And again, quite hefty stacks as well coming out. Early ultimate pop, this could be a problem. Hype to be just forced to fight. They want to win one of these two approaches, short or long, and they kind of went both. Hype just leading the way, absolutely fragging out already, leaving a 4v3, and Guild have 0 progress now.
Stop them in their tracks, actually. Draken elsewhere trying to explore a little bit of an opening towards Garage. Kada might touch some timing here. Will land the first headshot. That's spiked down. Actually, expect Draken to now counterbalance that pressure elsewhere. He's going to get an open 1v1 with XMS, but he will lose out there. Leo, the last man standing, spike in hand. Try and creep his way onto B, but Alliance, all they're going to do, I mean, wait out the spike plant. They can give it up to him.
30 seconds left.
Be very difficult for Leo to get anything else done in this round.
Yeah, with the buddy system in action, it's very hard to find an individual 1v1 and kind of dice this up into more manageable pieces. You don't get that advantage. Leo now trying to find that, but already not feeling so hot about it because he's been noted by all Surround and Hype again. I've got to give credit to Hype. He's been having a great series, but great value on those initial kills, and I love the initiative and prerogative to take that fight towards A long. It was a great idea from him after that pressure came towards Sewer. He knew they had to take back some map territory, and that was the perfect way to do it.
Deleted.
Was indeed. It's unfortunate. I mean, really, if Draken can find that opening, there's a chance Guild can recover, but there's Kada catching some really nice timing. And again, as soon as the information goes over, it's the spike. You see XMS try and pull away or open that opportunity.
Take flight.
And to come back into this a little confused about the buy here. Actually, yeah, I'm seeing it now. There's 4 rifles, but a quick hit actually from Guild on towards, and there's bodies from Alliance on C site here to stop this.
To see the impact this TP potentially has. Draken gets noted, sent packing, can't do as much as he'd like with it, and again, I'm keeping my eyes on the spike because the late in the round hits are just keeping these rotations super fluid. Safe's in a little bit of trouble, but no one there to really put him out of the newfound misery, and I'm looking at Draken finding again space, and I'm looking at that spike now moving its way back around towards C. He kind of needed to win that fight. You can see them now. I'm waiting for a kill to come in. They've been spreading the defensive side thin, but they haven't been able to capitalize on any of these rotations or players being out of place, which seems to be the most logical instance of what you want to try and achieve here. However, Spike again, where is it going? Back towards A now.
Well, yeah, Safe has sat on A site the entire time. He's been spamming his spy cam to give that audio cue away to XMS. Actually, Leo going to catch Hype, and I think that's going to give away all the clues they need. Draken again lurking outside Garage. Alliance have got to be wondering what the hell is going on, but the spike plant, audio cue going to give the information away now. Actually, a straight up 4v4 in the post plant here, but players staggered across the map here.
Off your feet!
The investment coming out. Safe, though, going to find Kata in the meantime. Spike continuing to tick. Okay, information now free-flowing. They still need to start going on these kills. Safe is still here, and he is patrolling. He is controlling this approach. Leo looking for a way forward, but it's Safe to greet them at the door. That's a 1-for-1 trade, not bad. Numbers beginning to favor Guild, but the time. Got to keep your eyes on this now. That becomes a huge element. XMS can do something, but not enough. Leo finds him in the end, and this game is just going back and forth now.
This Guild clawing back once again. Brings it within a 1-round difference now, and eyes toward Alliance. Their economy, Lucka, anyone that's really struggling. Not sure if we're going to see somebody drop out. Maybe drop onto a light armor. Actually, even if Hype does, to be honest with you, you've got to prioritize the utility there on defense for Killjoy for sure. So Lucka going to bring a Bucky back into this one. Again, I'm loving the variance to Alliance's defensive setup here.
I mean, they've been taken on a tour around this map, considering the way that Guild are approaching this. They better be kind of quick on their toes here. XMS wants in, though. Oh, that's great work from him, just threading the needle. And look at this aggression elsewhere on the map, coupled with Fearoff pushing up towards A long. And you can just see the damage that's been done. That is how you pick apart a default, and then some. It takes some darn skill at that. Now, the swing from the left side would be wonderful if that comes out. It does. Great work from Hype. All the attention towards Fearoff, and Hype trades in effectively. And now Leo left in a 1v3.
The timing on that pinch on both sides of the map there, the A-Long and Garage pinch, beautifully timed. And they find value on both ends of it, Lauren. Right there, I mean, Guild are scrambling to return one of those kills, trade one of those kills out. But like you said, they're spread so thin on the default, they haven't got the bodies to throw at it. And right there, I mean, it's even if you do get the trade, you don't really garner any control for it.
We'll be able to get a spike plan out of this. And Alliance, you kind of just have to leave them to this, right? We know the Guild will be everywhere around the map. Like, we'll be going down on C, and I want to see the utility kit. There's a little bit of utility with Leo that he could put into play, but he does get room to work. He doesn't know how much room. Could have potentially gone, on the garage swing, maybe, but just has a little peek towards that CT side. All three players playing as a pack. This will have to be something sublime. Not going to get it. Hype, way too clutch this game so far. That should be 11 on the board now. Guild starting to, it is back and forth, but Alliance, they do have that little bit of a buffer now. And map point will begin to loom over Guild here.
Yeah, the pressure mounts. And to be honest, I mean, the way Alliance are playing this is fantastic. Even the rounds Guild are kind of squeezing out. It's on the back of, somebody you've seen popping that ult off, for example. Them safe on that really, really delayed lurk on A site. They're not really looking convincing. Time around, Alliance once again showing a different look. They have the lockdown, Hunter's Fury, and the Rolling Thunder at their disposal.
Have we seen Kata on op yet?
Don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, as I said, this could be quite interesting, because I wonder if Kata's as, I guess, versatile with the way he wants to play this, or just simply post up on C and lock it out. It works either way. I do love seeing proactive oppers on the defensive side, just kind of showing presence wherever they go, but no opportunities being presented early on. As you can see, this default, the Guild hold, and they're not afraid to play late. We are super aware of that by now. These guys will take their time as long as they want, kind of run the clock down, see if they can expend some of that utility from the defensive side, and once done so, substantially easier to make these site hits and pulling those rotations, hoping they get a better shot at taking site control. But for now, it actually looks like a mid build coming out here. That's interesting, and considering we've got XMS and a turret, both towards B at the moment, your scene's going to be... Actually, he comes out better than XMS in that. Yeah. I kind of expected the other way around, but XMS taking a bit more of a dangerous angle on it. But look at this burst potential from Guild. Zero hesitation, flooding in towards the site, and now it's under control.
And the problem comes, Cat up in a position where they've got to retake with that operator. Not sure if he's able to get to a body and swap out, but Fearoth's going to solo challenge in from A-Link here. Bonkar waiting with a Spectre close by. Yeah, how they're going to find a consolation kill. Here already you're seeing going to come hunting down A-Long. Whether or not he's gifted another exit frag, to wait and see. Managed to actually slip in away from all of them. They're still hunted to. I mean, as soon as Yassine doesn't find him on A here, they're going to have a decent idea he's reset back to spawn.
The audio cue on the right, Draken on the left. Sadly, no escape. And as said, these answers are coming in, and as soon as it feels like Alliance might, string a couple together, there is a quick reply. So, this game, both teams now achieving double digits, of course. Now, the economy is in a bad spot for Alliance in this round, though. They could have, Lucka could have bought, maybe XMS could have gotten something a little bit going on, but this is going to be Sheriffs, maybe the Bucky coming out. And Guild should technically win this round, considering the full purchase they now have. But where do they put themselves here? Because, as said, you've got to feel out for those stacks. You've got to be worried about these kind of aggressive plays. It's a 5 play towards A right now for Alliance. They are super invested into this.
Cage triggered.
Oh, indeed, as actually elsewhere, Guild not really put out any feelers. I'm looking specifically about Bunker. I mean, the recon bolt was destroyed. You can see them now kind of leaning away from it. Safe going to find a little bit of pressure. And on the back of this, you can see now. Swing all the way onto C site, and it's wide open. They're still very hesitant to come on, though. Kata will find that once Safe falls.
It's a gun. Do they have any armor at all? This Kata has light, so
Yeah.
whether or not you want to try and spread the wealth, I guess, is something. But still, Guild have the spike down. They have all the information needed. It's a 3-2 split on the retake. 2 down long, 3 through Garage. You're seeing now joining Fear off, but Leo's already found Lucker, so that avenue of approach gets cut down, and you can see Guild just kind of building this wall, not really allowing much step towards this retake by any means.
Yeah. Rolling Thunder, I mean, we'll talk about that afterwards as you're seeing a clean-up Kata here. XMS and Hype just going to try and play exits. They're going to die out to the spike here. Don't panic, chat. Do not panic.
Panic, panic.
Oh my god, they're going to die to the spike.
Player standing.
Or Leo, apparently. Just feed the beast. Alright, Guild are back. All fair, all square, all even. And now we start getting into the, you know, sweaty palm area. This is where things get a little bit more
Well,
dangerous for both sides, you've got to feel.
I do want to just come back to that Rolling Thunder. Leo throwing that out into Garage there, I guess anticipating, you know, the majority of Alliance to be positioned there. But right there, a lesser purchase. And this time around, again, Alliance buy back into this. They have the Showstopper and the Hunter's Fury, but I can't help but feel the Rolling Thunder was a little bit of an overinvestment there, especially with this scoreline, right? It's a massive ultimate to invest effectively in trash time, right? Post plant, and there's not a huge disadvantage to you. They still had long control. I feel like they could have reset there. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see if it is a factor, but coming into this, speaking of ultimates, everything in the arsenal for Alliance except for XMS. He's only one away.
Okay. Alliance, you've got to kind of put the foot down here because Guild are building back. They're going to have that little bit of momentum building with them starting to feel themselves. Already kind of taking that mid control, a little bit of a quicker pace. Now, last time XMS got outdone here, but we do have a different player. The flash could have been... The timing was a bit off, but it's Lucker to save. As you've seen, does go down on the other side of things. So they've lost a bit of that initial punch, and this bit of a scrap in middle has drawn 3 players here from the defending side. Now, you can see the adjustment from the attacking side to go towards Garage, but Draken finding Lucker, again, maybe a little excessive on these peaks, but they want in. Cabot finds Draken, and now you can see the quick swing from Leo. This is a bloodied battle in middle. Both teams digging in their heels. They don't want to give this up, but it does leave it in a 3v2 in favor of Alliance. They still have presence on B. They've got a deep play towards A. Going to probably play retake on that if they have to. You can see already
I like
safe.
that there.
Yeah, just biding his time.
Yeah, didn't peek onto the recon bolt and didn't shoot it either. Now, that's obviously the 2 ways that you can get that information with Sova. If somebody pops the recon bolt or is pinged by it. Now, though, Fearoth, we get another one back in 10 seconds. Still has 2 shock darts. They have the lockdown and Hype positioned here, so this is going to be difficult. Bonkar does have the Hunter's Fury to counter.
Oh, the swing. This has to be big from Bonkar. It's a 1v3. He's only got so much time to do as much as he can. Already going to get this towards halfway. They're just going to sit this. Bonkar tries to deny, but it does absolutely nothing. Diffuse comes in. Alliance get to map point.
Match point.
Yeah, and really, I mean, that one could have gone either way. Safe just unfortunately doesn't pick up that first kill. I feel like if he gets the first, potentially, you know, makes Alliance hesitate and maybe wait out the lockdown to run the clock down. I hate the fact I just said that out loud, but I'm going to stop talking now.
Got it. 11 to 12. It's eyes towards Guild. It's the last shot of this one. I'm looking at Fearoth too here. What is your plan? Already your scene's just going to fly through, take sewer control. Mid-aggression coming out from Alliance as well. This is bold play. You've got XMS probably in Garage. You've got the 2 players coming up through middle. They're in towards window. And look how much room Yassine has gotten. They were going for a C play. But now as soon as they swing back around, there could have been problems. No, Leo! He bails them out. Imagine what could have happened. That was a disaster in the making, but Leo so conscious to still check on the play that could have come out through middle. And they're doubling down on this. 2 more players are walking mid-window. Guild are probably left baffled by this sort of play. Must have heard a sound cue, but Bonker's waiting. He has to get at least a frag out of this. He's surely postured for one. He decides to go on the first. He could have waited, been patient, but no. He wanted that kill on XMS. Now Feroth catching the cross, though. That spike now lost. That's a problem. Now he's looking for the fight towards the back of Garage. He gets it on Draken. And now the 2v2. Feroth is doing heavy work here. Can he get the info? Yes, he can. Okay, one more on site, but where's that last? Yassine still trying to work his way around, thread the needle. Feroth wants this fight. Lucka now trying to clear up long. They've got to know he's behind him. He's got to know there's a problem. There's still going to be an issue now. It's all going to come down to Lucka in a 1v2. Oh, he gives it up. And Guild make it on towards going to OT.
Switching sides.
Wow. What a round there. Again, just the domino effect. I love the initial aggression. I actually love the fact that Alliance doubled down on it, but on the flip side, Guild anticipate further aggression from Alliance. Feroth almost flipping that round on his head.
I just wish that final decision, you know, the kind of process of elimination. He had his own player coming up long. If they could have worked out just where Yassine was, even, you know, just a little bit of that, it could have done them wonders. But again, credit to Yassine, though, for finding that space.
Absolutely. I mean, at the same time, Lucka maybe, I guess, I don't want to say a little misuse of the Rolling Thunder, but wait out the plant there. If they could play it any safer. Feroth's obviously in a one-and-done spot. He needs to make something happen from there. So this is an unfortunate circumstance. A little warning flash sent out to Garage. Not sure if actually Team going to back away from swinging on that, but Alliance, as 4, are about to walk onto an open B site. The Owl Drone gonna give away a position. Actually, Leo still found that kill onto XMS. I'm not sure if that was mid TP or what, but it's caught up in the middle of it, and they will lose one for it.
Well, Cat of the angle could have been so good, but he's just catching a flash at the same time as Safe. He's outnumbered. Bonkers found Lucka. How is he still alive? How is he still alive? Finally, Cat goes down. It's Draken bailing them out of that. And now Feroth and Hype have to do something huge in this, and they can have no shot at it. Hype now on 30 HP. He's got 4 players to find. Diffuse is being sacked. Guild coming online when it matters. First round on the board in OT now. They've got to get 2 to complete it and move to map 2 with the advantage.
Match point.
Again, just this is so back and forth. So back and forth, this map. Guild now on the brink, closing it out. See, once again, a slight variation this time around to defensive setup, but C site wide open. Not sure if Hype is going to reset over that direction after setting his utility up. You can see the turret on B site. It's going to spot the walkout here and the alarm bot in Garage. Back up XMS.
It's brazen. Look at this from Draken, though. There's no one here. Yeah, there's a quick swing from Garage, but absolutely no one playing C. Be a good start. Smoke giving away the intention, but they still can't get there by the time they take sight.
It's wide open. I don't know if this is Guild just having like the best RNG ever, but they're finding these gaps after no pressure whatsoever, and they punish it every single time. They're walking onto open sites. A 5v5 post plant here, Lauren.
I don't know if I can call a wide open site a gap. That is just a chasm at this point. Alliance probably a little frustrated at this point, kind of staring down the barrel of the gun, and they got to play this back in. Keep in mind, there's going to be a lot of utility still left with Guild. Like, the late flank almost happened. Hype able to make 2 out of that. The trades come out effectively, and now the 1v1. Canner against Leo. And Alliance just about stay alive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. It's difficult, really, to spot what the what's swaying the decision there. What's leading them into these setups? Again, I've credited them for showing variance, and right there, I mean, when a team is switching up this much on defense, it makes it so difficult to attack against. You basically have to, you know, take every round as a blank canvas, right? You have to look for that early round utility use, find some sound cues, explore parts of the map. But once again, I mean, fantastic retake. I mean, it comes down just literally in synchronous, those trades back and forth. It comes down to the 1v1, but really, really strange to see that once again.
It is a little curious. I'm going to be very honest with that. However, Alliance stabilized. Maybe the retake just more favorable for them. Maybe they feel that's a better option, who knows. For now, Alliance do take their way through towards Garage. They get that control. They have the one play split towards Long, and Kata just beheads Draken with absolutely no chance of a reply. Safe's in trouble. He's all alone, isolated, can't make it away, blinded, just baffled, and Kata is just adding insult to injury now. Still going off, still fighting, refusing to lose. Alliance putting up numbers when they need him most.
Bonkar finds himself in a 1v5. The showstopper going to keep him honest for the time being. Utility to play with, but not an awful lot of space as Alliance come through to try and close this out. XMS will fall. The fault line in response going to slow down Bonkar even further.
Deploying drone.
Yeah, another peek comes through. Close actually with a wall bang, but Kata cleans it up. 4K on the round for him. And they respond back in convincing fashion, Lauren.
Switching sides.
I mean, Kata did, sure. Just wild. Like, the beheading of Draken, that's one. Flies in. He gets not necessarily a freebie. Like, look at this flash. That was just great timing.
That's perfect.
And then this is just filth. Puts down an aid. Good work. Okay, let me just adjust real quick. Bye. Like, that's impeccable play. I'm thoroughly impressed with Kata in that. Now, coming in, Alliance will be on map point, essentially. They need to double down, though.
They do, and now, I mean, Guild on the back foot. We'll see if we see a slower approach this time around. Speaking of slower approaches, XMS already pretty deep on C-Long. Draken taking a little bit of damage. Kept honest for the time being.
He's walking the smoke. He's about
walking
to walk the smoke. Oh, look, I know the NA audience is waking up. You don't need to start doing NA plays. Walking those smokes like an absolute criminal. Already gets one big info found too. That's not bad considering they've been kind of playing behind the 8-ball on that. But Guild continue to build here. They do have a late lurk towards middle in the form of Safe, kind of just trying to keep that territory safe. I hate myself too, don't worry. But he has actually found Kata. Now that's huge, and he's even expecting the pressure on A-Long. This is a really big bit of play from your lurker here. Just ensuring safety, making sure that no one's going to come on that flank. The timing. Lurker can clear this. But a lot of this pressure comes down to Fearoth over towards C-Long. Even if they do manage to find Safe, they still have that 3-play hit up C-Long.
And I like the fact that Alliance are exploring elsewhere on the map after that initial pressure shown. Lucka does clean up
30
Safe
seconds left.
in mid. Fearoth, actually, yeah, the pivot is fantastic. As soon as that pressure comes through, Guild explode onto C site. One by one, pick them apart. Guild will tie it up once again.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Back to a full reset. I guess a safe pair of hands is not enough for Guild there, Lauren.
No, and I'm glad the first map was nice, or match was nice and quick, because I feel like we're going to get this a lot. This is map 1. So, buckle yourself in. It's a nice warm-up to, 100 Thieves Sentinels later. Just a nice little, appetizer. Certainly a good game as well from Kata. Hype, impressing your scene, and Safe having a really good performance too. The way they're approaching it has been fantastic. However, we dive back in with Alliance on the attacking side and Guild on the defensive side. Now, your scene looking like he's going to be the first one put to... Oh, the timing on that. Really harsh to handle, and Kata again going to continue where he left off with just simple excellence. Safe trying to actually stay unchecked, but Kata, the man's got just absolute spidey sense at this point. Look at this side take.
And actually might catch you with the paint shells there. Now, actually, a little bit of damage went through onto Leo, but... okay. Well, the second one looked... Oh, didn't do an awful lot of damage there. Bonkar able to get in and make use of his utility a little early on. This time around, Leo actually going to swing out of Garage preemptively before the spike even went down. Bonkar, last man standing. 1v3 once again. The fault line comes through is perfect. Fearoth going to clean it up, but Alliance again... showing a brute force execution onto C site. Your scene, unfortunately, hops up onto the step. The timing, heartbreaking to see it. That really, I mean, just left the door open for a split second and Kata is able to punish.
Okay, we go again. Alliance. On map point, they need the conversion. Timeout being called. Maybe just to discuss options, what they need to do here for either side. I almost went a bit Sean Connery there. I don't know what happened. But the thing is that if people are still new to watching FPS games like this, when it gets to OT, it almost becomes its own micro game. It goes out of what mattered in the regular rounds. It becomes such a crazed, almost different look at how the game plays out. So I do want to see how these teams continue to do this. Again, for now though, we're almost back underway here. The pressure's on Guild, right, Pock? How do they get out of this now?
I mean, we talk about overtime, and actually pace change is the biggest thing that can play to your advantage. Guild again trying to explore Garage in the early round. A different setup from Alliance. This time around, utility-wise, I keep looking to it. Hype got a number of different looks. I've been really impressed with it so far on Haven. But Guild will reset. It's just Fearoth to hold down A long this time. Does spot out a barrel there. There's a few bullets in. That's going to pull the rotation. Two members peel away from B now. Ult line sent through sewers just to keep Guild honest for the time being. The Aldrone going to get it up actually, but a hit comes through regardless.
I'm looking at where Yassine gets to, and if he goes unchecked, he is going unchecked. He gets the first fight, but look at this Guild again, just powering on through. A 2-for-1 trade out. Cat is on the side, but he gets outdone by Draken this time. The heavy hitter's gone. Maybe this is the chance for Guild to actually get back on the board now. Spike planted, 2 to play back in. Hype and XMS. And XMS is a way off. Hype just wants in early. Gets safe and makes a touch of damage, but not that much. Looking to pop out the turret, maybe get some more information. XMS hyper aware of the potential of a lurk, but no one's actually on this. It's all 3 towards site. XMS needs to be pivotal in this already. Hype's gonna hop down, but...
He's gonna hop down and die.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Oh. Okay. Now, are production toxic enough to run the replay on that? That's the real question. I dare you. Okay, good.
All right, 1st to 17. Offering up a kindness. They're like, no, we'll...
Why is it always Haven, man? It's always Haven. Every time we're casting a Haven game.
You got plans? Not anymore. Safe.
Nah.
Walking C long, that's a freebie. It's a good bit of play, though. I actually like that. Being proactive in this as well. Very varied approach, too. We've had a couple of other players kind of playing proactively towards C long, but the Cypher going down there is a pretty ballsy play. But while this happens, Alliance are walking mid. Now, they should be able to take side control. Not necessarily for free. You do have Leo kind of jiggle peeking the corner. I think he's seen enough or felt enough. I'm not sure what the plan is. He's just peeled away. Maybe the timing's atrocious. Oh, he's still watching CT side. Has he seen something here or just felt that?
I think Hype spotted him because you can see the ping come through and the voice line, but Leo now resets. This is actually a really nice reset here. He might get the first. He does. XMS will fall. 1 creeps up towards Heaven. Jumps back across. Leo got to be very careful here. And actually, the Aldrone coming up. Does that spot it? Safe can actually swing back all the way here. Leo and Safe find kills. Look, this is a fantastic round from Guild to peel away from this B site pressure. Hype, the last man standing now. All to do in a 1v4.
30 seconds left.
And now it's gotten a lot worse. And actually, no, even worse. Again, I think this one's all but over. Yeah, Leo, I want to talk about that because Leo falling away from that B site then, well, he wasn't even in B site, excuse me. He was kind of on the connector
Switching
between.
sides.
I don't know if he heard something, heard a step, saw something, saw just like a pixel, but the fallback hit, and still just, as I said, just that jiggle peek, just to be able to see even a pixel out of place, was perfect. He made them work so hard to get even near him.
Quit your tiptoeing.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like I said, as we're on board with Hype, I know he pinged through to A-Link there, so I'm guessing he spotted Leo, but you're absolutely right. The fact that Leo spots out the creep onto B's site and resets in the way he did really was how that one swung back in Guild's favor. Once again, though, look at C site, Lauren. It's wide open for the taking. This mid push,
Safe read it.
gotta find this one. He will. Shuts down Kata. Expects the second, but maybe didn't hear the creep into window. All the meanwhile, Guild walk up. onto C site.
Safe has been phenomenal at catching these like cheeky flanks, these kind of aggressive plays where they've been doing these site hits. He did this really well before. I think he eventually lost out, but at that, I think to Lucker at that point, but he's already done his job and then some. He still needs to keep track on C-Long, but time's beginning to dwindle. Alliance now staring down the gun. This isn't looking good. Guild with that map point in the pocket, and Alliance not getting much step back here. Hype trying to work up C-Long, but there's no quick fight to be had. They're playing the site itself. Information now should start flowing, but it's Fearoth to find Leo, and here comes a hit. Bonkars to be the one to try and keep track on Long. Fearoth still doing work, but Draken on the trade, and now just Hype left alive. And it is Draken to close. Guild rip it away from